We will begin this latest international session on the safer cities and neighborhoods. We will be addressed by Agustin Edwards del Rio, chairman of the board of Fundación Paz Ciudadana. Good morning. It is for me an honor to welcome you and open this 11th conference on crime analysis, a meeting which is almost a tradition and that has become a valuable space to talk about the challenges the lack of security imposes and the best alternatives to address them. The pandemic has imposed for the first time the need to develop this activity online, but far from being an impediment, this change has become a great opportunity to reach thousands of people in different countries and who may experience and take part in essential conversations to move ahead towards safer cities and will allow each person to develop according to their capacities and efforts. And in turn, the online format of this version of the conference allowed us to convene important international figures linked to early prevention of crime, developing safer cities, and police action based on evidence, and who will be speaking about their more recent research. We will hear of 8 good practices in terms of crime analysis from 5 different countries, and that will allow us to elaborate further on successful experiences in policing, municipalities, Office of the Prosecutors, and emergency care. And I hope that the 11th version of this conference on crime analysis that has been prepared with special dedication together with the Motorola Solutions Foundation, he corrects himself, and the International Association for Crime Analysis, IACA, and may reach the participants' expectations. Thank you very much. So we thank our chairman, Agustin Edwards del Rio, and we will now be addressed by the executive director of Fundación Paz Ciudadana, Daniel Johnson. Welcome. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and I would like to greet the outstanding officials, the National Public Prosecutor, Jorge Abbott, and the representative of Motorola Solutions Foundation, Gloria Torres, and the representative of IACA, Hector Amaya, who's also with us here this morning. As you know, we are opening a new conference on crime analysis for safer cities and neighborhoods. And this 11th occasion accounts for the same number of years of long travel that has helped us for this to work as it has done. The IACA, the Motorola Foundation, the Ministry of the Interior and Public Security, through the 2 undersecretariats for the prevention of crime, and the Office of the Public Prosecutor of Chile, and the police force, Carabineros de Chile, and the Special Investigations Police of Chile. We often do not perceive the slow and constant movement to improve our processes and the performance of our institutions. Sometimes these changes are unable to satisfy citizens who are each day more demanding. However, we do know that this conference, organized by so many people in different institutions, has given rise to a deep analysis that has allowed us to make the most of opportunities to improve and so ensure that our processes for security and justice in Chile may work better. During this time of joint work, we've also been able to get the conference to grow, today reaching most Spanish-speaking countries, and on this occasion, more than 1,800 people enrolled in this conference. However, the challenge is exhausting, and crime analysis is still a need that's not totally met in Chile or in Latin America. We must improve the ability to capture data and turn it into useful information for our systems. But above all, we require that public policy decisions be made based on the data and information based on evidence, leaving aside improvisation, which is usually ineffective and inefficient. And so, on account of all this year's conference has been redesigned, assigning each day a different topic of irrelevance to be addressed and that requires data analysis for improvement. And so today, Tuesday, the 3rd, will be dedicated to early prevention of violence and crime. Tomorrow, we will relay the need for evidence for have safe and cities and neighborhoods. And then the last day, evidence-based policing and how this affects the legitimacy. So each day we will have the engagement of important international experts that will elaborate on the topics of the day, informing us of successful experiences that will extend our knowledge to reach more effective solutions to improve the performance of the justice and security system. We know that security is a major concern for our families, and although the pandemic was able to significantly reduce the victims of crime, it is likely that this reduction may be turned around when the confinement also declines. And so to obtain lasting results, we need to rethink things. We need to elaborate further and efforts to understand the dynamics of crime and use that knowledge to prevent. First, by protecting the children that are at high risk. And the sooner we interrupt a crime trajectory, the more lasting the effect. And also, we must present this more effectively. We can determine the reasons that led a person to commit a crime, then we can give appropriate treatment. And it's also essential to analyze the setting, which has proven to be effective when it's based on information. It's also necessary to give the criminal system more tools to give priority to the cases that further harm the citizens, and increasing the number of cases resolved, especially when we have no one that we can hold liable, and also prepare the police force to be better prepared to carry out their duty. Patrolling is effective, but when it's done scientifically, determining the place and times when the crimes are committed. All of these challenges have a common goal: to elaborate the knowledge we have about crime, the ways and causes, and the only way of doing this is by analyzing the available information from various viewpoints. I would like to conclude by once again thanking the Motorola Solutions Foundation, the IACA, and IACA for accompanying us for years in this challenge of finding us together to share knowledge and to have a safer way for integral development of each member. Thank you very much. And so we thank our Executive Director, Daniel Johnson, for those words. And now we will be addressed by Gloria Torres, Human Resources Manager for Latin America and the Caribbean of Motorola Solutions Foundation. Welcome, Gloria. Thank you, Gail. Good morning. And as you said, I am the Human Resources Manager for Latin America and the Caribbean, Motorola Solutions, and I've been invited today to represent Motorola Solutions Foundation. My role with the foundation is to serve as a liaison between the Motorola Foundation and nonprofit organizations that receive grants in Latin America. Motorola Solutions is the philanthropic branch of Motorola Solutions, and the priority for our foundation is to support education and public security, engineering and technology around the world, including the support for young people, those who provide aid and their families. And we're proud to say that through the grants program, the Motorola Foundation has provided more than $55 million to organizations in the area of public security over the last 10 years around the world. The Motorola Foundation has been honored to associate to Paz Ciudadana for more than 9 years now. And through the work of Paz Ciudadana, we're moving ahead in the creation of safer cities and also more prosperous communities. We would like to thank the Paz Ciudadana team for the incredible work done in their mission in Latin America, and especially during these challenging times of COVID-19. Your association over the years has implied a lot to the Motorola Foundation, and we're hoping to continue collaborating with Paz Ciudadana in coming years. For this conference on safer cities and neighborhoods, data strategic management for crime analysis, and the different sections that have been scheduled as of today until Thursday, Paz Ciudadana Foundation has a detailed agenda that will allow us to develop safer communities. We would like to invite you to take part over the next 3 days of the different sections that surely will be of great use to have strategies to prevent crimes in our communities in Latin America. And lastly, on behalf of the Motorola Solutions Foundation, we would like to thank everyone taking part in this conference that begins today, and also those who work every day to ensure the security in our communities. Your work, your sacrifice does not go unnoticed. Motorola Solutions Foundation is proud to be part in this first aid community. And we're hoping that you will make the most of this conference. Thank you very much. Thank you, Gloria. And without a doubt, with the collaboration of Motorola Solutions Foundation, this conference is and will continue to be a fruitful and valuable instance for decision makers in our country and the rest of the region. Today, we've not wanted to be without the International Association of Crime Analysts, and so Héctor Alfredo Maya will be addressing us, Chairman of the Subcommittee for Latin America Development of IACA. Welcome. Welcome, everyone, and good morning, and my greetings from IACA. To the chairman of the board of Fundación Paz Ciudadano, Agustín Edwards del Rio, also the executive director of Fundación Paz Ciudadana, Daniel Johnson Rodriguez, and the human resources manager for Latin America and the Caribbean of the Motorola Solutions Foundation, Claudia Torres, who preceded me, and the national public prosecutor of Chile, Jorge Abersham. Same as all the people who made efforts and contributions for the organization of this event and who will be take part of the time to share their experiences, and also those who will surely ask questions that will be a motive for further research. For IACA, it is a great satisfaction to be part of this event. We congratulate Fundación Paz Ciudadana for the organization and maintaining this event over time. I know of the relevance of the event, and I had an opportunity to take part 2 years ago in Santiago de Chile, and I know the effort that it implies to hold this, and so I encourage you to continue ahead, because this does not stop. It is dynamic. It keeps us seeing how we're going to change to do things better. This highlights the relevance of extending the borders of criminal analysis to make policing more effective, prevention, control, and persecuting criminality, which each day has changed. It is possible, as we have seen, that many of the crimes are increasing in certain parts within households and, above all, in networks. And so these are new scenarios and challenges that we must address. And this is what is promoted by this event, which is identifying best practices and lessons learned and making the most, because criminal analysis should serve to assess policies in different territories. What policies are being carried out, what actions are being carried out, and what is the impact. And also I'd like to say that at the association, a training program was being prepared for 2021, and so we invite you to be attentive. And surely many of the outcomes of this event and many of the experiences of this event will be inputs for the things that we're seeing day by day. Training will no longer be the same. We must implement things, seeing how crime is changing and also how analysts are making contributions to improve security conditions. So thank you very much, and I wish you every success. And please, attendance, your contributions, all questions will help us to stimulate researchers and speakers. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ms. Hector Amaya from IACA. So to close this opening session, today we are with the National Public Prosecutor of Chile, Jorge Abos Charme. Welcome. Good morning, everyone. My special greetings to the Chairman of the Board of Fundación Paz Ciudadana, Agustín Edwards del Río, and also the representative of IACA and the representative of the Motorola Solutions Foundation, and all speakers, and especially the executive director of Fundación Paz Ciudadana, an organization that we've had a very fruitful relationship in different matters and projects over the years, among others, criminal analysis, strengthening the Office of the Public Prosecutor, and the Harvard Index Project, and all of this. Last October the 22nd, we signed a cooperation agreement to jointly carry out research projects, publications, sharing statistical information, academic exchange, among other things. There is a long relationship between the Office of the Public Prosecutor and Fundación Paz Ciudadana, and that is why we're pleased to be part of this meeting. And also I would like to greet the representatives of Carabineros de Chile and the investigations police who are taking part in this seminar. Aside from this agreement, we would also like to especially thank the invitation sent to me to be part of this international conference on safer cities and neighborhoods, strategic data management for crime analysis. And so likewise, we would like to appreciate the interest and the capacity of the foundation to annually organize this conference that promotes the exchange of ideas regarding the operation of the criminal justice system, and by the involvement of very important international speakers, and also the presentation of good practices within the framework of an international contest. Today's conference has a very relevant emphasis on crime prevention from the territorial viewpoint, which coincides with the approach that we have in the prosecution of crime in order to analyze crime. And so investigating criminal gangs and others that are able to maintain their anonymity and operate in a region where criminal analysis must be understood as how they organize their territorial activity and how the system becomes saturated in a particular area, or when the learning process about crime allows us to address other territories as well. And additionally, it is important to point out that the Office of the Public Prosecutor is implementing a network for criminal research that will allow us to improve our solution of criminal cases, understanding that our organization is within a social ecosystem where we interact with various public and private entities. And the intention is at the Office of a Public Prosecutor to shorten the criminal justice system and focus on prevention through participation in territorial or community-based instances, and aiming to have prevention of crime. An example of this is the work carried out in the analysis system in the region of Biobío, that in collaboration with the municipality of Concepcion devised a brochure zapping a system used to fraudulently obtain or copy a SIM card in this way accessing bank accounts. And so we can highlight that we want to do a better investigation and criminal prosecution of this, aiming to at the prevention of criminal acts such as this one. And lastly, we would like to especially thank the criminal analysis system in the region of Los Rios and O'Higgins and also Maule for the taking part in this contest good practices. And Maule was selected to speak at this conference and on their initiative called the first focal point of firearms, and where there was a protocol for work with the PDI team and the Criminal Investigation Brigade in the commune of Parral, with a special way of working whereby the prosecutor in the area attended in the field regularly, involving himself directly in crime analysis at the office of the uh, public prosecutor, as well as the investigation side. And as a result of this, it was possible to intervene to very dangerous gangs, and that allowed contributing to reduce criminality in this area. And they were involved in homicide and bearing firearms and others. And so this is a concrete example of the outcome of events such as this one. And we're hoping that also as an outcome of this day, we may see new initiatives aiming to improve the life quality of our citizens, and also the work that we do at the Office of the Public Prosecutor by the police and authorities at national, regional, and local level. So once again, we thank the organizers for the invitation, and we wish you every success in this international conference. Thank you.